In this video, I'll show you how to use OBS Studio step by step, even if you've never used it before. Let's dive in. To get OBS, head to the official website. OBS is completely free, so there's no need to worry about paying for anything. So, what exactly is OBS Studio? OBS stands for Open Broadcaster Software, and it's a completely free open source tool that lets you record your screen or live stream to multiple platforms. It works on Windows, Mac, and Linux. And here's the best part. There are no watermarks, no recording limits, and no subscriptions. You get full professional level control entirely for free, which is rare for any software of this quality. Once you finish installing and launching the app, you'll land here on the main interface. The first time you open it, you'll see a setup wizard pop up. OBS calls this the Auto Configuration Wizard, and it's great if you want to get started quickly without diving into some of the more advanced settings. The wizard helps beginners by suggesting the best settings based on your computer's hardware. Now, right here, choose whether you're focused on recording or streaming. For this video, I'll select Optimize just for recording. Keep in mind, you can always change this later on. Once you make your selection, click Next. The wizard will then check your system and make recommendations for resolution, FPS, and recording quality, so you don't have to guess what's best for your computer. Next, OBS will ask what size your screen should be inside the app. This is what they call the base canvas resolution. Think of it like drawing on paper. It's how big your paper is. Usually, it's the same size as your computer screen. If you're not sure, just leave it as it is. But don't worry, this isn't what your final video will look like. We'll set that part up a little bit later, during the Output Scaled Resolution step. Underneath that, we have something called FPS. That's how many frames per second your recording will capture. Basically, how smooth your video looks. I recommend choosing either 60 or 30, but I prefer 60 when possible. If you're recording something fast-moving, like gameplay or animations, 60 FPS will look much smoother. For basic tutorials or static screens, 30 frames per second is usually fine and uses fewer resources. Once you make your selections, click Next. Remember, higher FPS uses more system resources, so if your computer struggles, you can always lower it to 30 frames per second without major problems. After that, OBS runs a quick test and applies some recommended settings. Right here, you'll see a summary screen showing the encoder, the recording quality, the base and output resolutions, and FPS. If everything looks good, just click Apply Settings to continue. You can always tweak these later in the settings menu if needed, and we'll look at how you could do that later. OBS gives you the flexibility to adjust everything manually, which is perfect once you get comfortable using it. Once that's done, you'll see the main OBS interface. I know it might look a little intimidating at first, but I'll guide you through it step by step. And if you ever want to revisit the Auto Configuration Wizard, you can find it by going to the top menu and clicking Tools. Right here, you'll see Auto Configuration Wizard. You can run this anytime if you need to reset your settings or want OBS to suggest new recommendations based on updated hardware or software. To record your screen, you'll first need to create what's called a scene. Think of a scene as different layouts or setups. Right here, you'll see that we already have a scene. You can right-click on the name or press the F2 key and give it a new name. Scenes are extremely useful because you can create multiple setups for different types of recordings, like one scene for full-screen tutorials and another for webcam overlays. Next, we need to add a source to that scene. A source is what OBS will capture. Click on the plus icon under Sources. You'll notice that there are lots of options here. We have things like audio, gameplay, a video capture device, basically a webcam, a specific window on your computer, and more. OBS can capture almost anything on your computer, but for now, we'll stick with display capture since it's the simplest and the most reliable way to grab your entire screen. Display capture ensures that everything on your monitor is recorded, including menus, notifications, and mouse movements. I'll stick with the default name. OBS will now ask you which display you want to record if you happen to have more than one monitor. I'll click on this drop-down and I want to record this display right here. I'll select that. I'll make sure to capture my cursor. That way, all my mouse movements are visible. Once you make your selections, click on OK. By default, OBS automatically scales your display to fill the canvas, making this part simple for beginners. If you want to record your voice while capturing your screen, you'll need to add a microphone. To do that, go down to the Sources box and click on the plus icon. At the very top of the list, select Audio Input Capture. Here, we can give it a name, then click OK. At the top, choose your device or microphone. I see a few different options. I'll select this microphone here. If you have a USB microphone, it should appear on this list. Once you make your selection, click OK. Look at the audio mixer. If you see green bars moving as you speak, you're good to go. If it's too quiet or too loud, adjust the slider accordingly. You can also click on the three-dot menu and go to Filters to add audio filters. OBS provides noise suppression, compression, and gain adjustments so your audio sounds professional without extra software. Now, you might want to record the sound coming from your computer as well, not just your microphone. For example, system audio, music, or in-game sounds. Add another source, click the plus icon, then select Audio Output Capture. Give it a name, click OK, and select your speakers or output device. Click OK, and now you can record both your voice and your computer's audio. This is ideal for tutorials, presentations, or gameplay videos where system audio is essential. Next, let's look at your recording settings. Go to File, then select Settings, then Output. Scroll down to the Recording section. Set the recording path, the folder where all your recordings will be saved. Choose your quality, I recommend high, and format. MKV is safe, MP4 is widely compatible, and fragmented MP4 combines safety and compatibility. OBS usually selects the best encoder, but if you have a dedicated GPU, use NVANC for better performance. In the Video tab, confirm your base canvas resolution matches your monitor. Set your output scaled resolution. FPS should be 30 for tutorials or 60 for fast-moving content. Click Apply and OK. OBS allows you to tweak settings for both performance and quality, which makes it highly customizable. Now, you're ready to record. Click Start Recording in the bottom right. You can pause, unpause, and stop recording when done. To locate your recordings, go to File, then Show Recordings. You can also add a webcam overlay. Click the plus icon, then select Video Capture Device, select your webcam, and position it on the screen. OBS lets you assign hotkeys to start, stop, pause, or mute quickly without showing the interface. And that's it. You've successfully recorded your first screen recording with OBS Studio. If you find this helpful, consider subscribing and giving this a big thumbs up. Thanks.